Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Alarm Lock 707 MS. This is an exterior door pull, is what it is. Compatible with their 250, 260, 270, 700, and 710. It's an exterior trim is what it is. Hole for the cylinder, and because these devices are a latching style trim, you'll have a pull handle that you can pull on, and it's going to retract the latch because you're going to, you just watch right here, you're going to connect the latch with a bolt to that post that gets drawn in. Okay, let's take some basic dimensional properties of the item so you have an idea of its size. Overall height about 8.5. Overall width when it's installed on the door about 4 inch. I'd say that it has an overall projection of somewhere about 2 inch, something in that range, so not very substantial when it comes to the projection. It's going to include fasteners, the 2 bolts obviously that you're going to need to bolt it through the door, and then this longer machine bolt. They're all machine bolts, but the longer one is what you will, on the inside of your device, run that screw through right to the back of this tapped post, and that's how you're going to affect the latch retraction on the unit. The MS stands for metallic silver, and therefore it's just a 707 trim. It does include, in addition to the fasteners, not only a template but installation instructions. Let's switch now to the screen view and let's take a closer look at these supporting documents.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now let's get back to it.
Here's the item we are looking at. Let's take a look at the extended description for a moment. Outside access door pull for access from building exteriors, installed on the outside of the door and linked to the lock. After deadbolt is retracted by key outside, a slight pull will release the dead latch and open the door. 8 by 1.5 inch for use on all models except the 11A. And here they are, MS for metallic silver. This would be a perfect example of what it's used for. You can unbolt it and then use it as an access point, obviously, during the day. Let's take a look at some images that we have here of the item. There's the box and its label, the trim and its fastener package. Just different views of the trim as well. It's not handed because you'll take this handle and flip it over because you'll be doing the same with the exit device anyway. So the latch isn't always in a particular sort of orientation. Depends on the hand of the door, really. Here are some additional photos as well, showing a profile or a cross-section of the trim. Then the prep for the cylinder. It's a rim cylinder, by the way. Let's take a look at the instructions that are included with this. Fairly simple and straightforward, to be sure. Drill holes indicated on template by dotted lines. Being careful to observe that top and bottom holes are first drilled through the door with a 1/4 inch bit. I don't know that you would drill through the door, but you might drill from both sides, is what I'm saying. And then you're going to counterbore on the exterior, a 5/8 hole, 1.5 inch deep. A counterbore just means you're drilling one side to a specific length, and that's it. You're not drilling all the way through the door. This shows on the inside of your device where you're going to connect that longer machine screw to the back of the trim. Fasten, pull in place with the 1/4 bolts. Install the rim cylinder horizontally is how it goes in. It goes in horizontally, which means it's going to look like this, horizontally, with the bottom of the broaching of the cylinder towards the lock style of the door. Okay. Mount the cylinder horizontally. using mounting plate and screws provided. The rim cylinder will come with its own mounting hardware. You'll utilize that hardware. This does not include that. Cut off the tail piece a 1/2 inch beyond the surface of the door on the inside. Place your device over the tail piece. Be sure it engages in slots of the deadbolt cam exposed on underside of lock. After lock is installed and operation checked, install the 1032 screw provided through the hole in the deadlock lever, which is what they're showing here. And that means to the back of here. Into the pivot actuator of the handle until the screw head just makes contact with the deadlock lever. Don't tighten it down is what they're saying. It has to travel. Now try the door for operation from the outside. The door should remain latched until the handle is pulled, depressing the deadlock lever and allowing the door to be pulled open. If door and outside cylinder operate properly, complete installation is detailed on instruction sheet packed with the lock. Here is your template. This is the single door template, and that's going to be a reference to most definitely a back set. Okay, fold 90 on dotted line and hold firmly against door and stop. So when the door is in the closed position, what they're saying is, there's a frame, here's your door. You're going to fold that template on the dotted line right here. This is where your dotted line is. Now if you have a double door, your dimension's going to change. Well, it's going to change because you're going to certainly have a different strike as well. You'll have a rim strike rather than a surface strike mounted on the soffit. So they're assuming you're not going to be using a mullion on this. Okay. Well, if you've got a hollow metal mullion, then you inherently have a single door there. So double door keeper, and therefore the template for it. Now, there is a link below this video, as seen here, to the manufacturer's page in our site. And from here, you can view not only all of the alarm lock items that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation as seen here, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Let's wrap up this video on camera.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
In conclusion, a not unusual trim from Alarm Lock, but admittedly one we don't sell very often. And there you go. Alarm Lock is a company that is, in my experience, exceptional when it comes to technical support. I will admit that I don't have to reach out to them very often. Their material is usually simple and straightforward, although there are indeed times when I've had to reach out to them because we've got a exit device. A perfect example is the Monarch 1817 series, and the question always becomes, hey, what trim, what alarm lock exit is compatible with this? So there are times when you need to reach out to the factory and just ask for that type of question, but they're always exceptional. In fact, bottom to top, just the people are responsive. Any questions on the 707, and obviously it's available in the other finish, the dark bronze that you would use to match that device. Any questions on the 707 pull or any other alarm lock product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you very much.
Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.